Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride, where we're channeling the man in the moon. Today I'm going to take a look at this situation with Iran. I have taken a look at the past, but it seems pretty pressing that we know a little bit more now about the meaning of it and what's going to happen. Spirit, what will happen in Iran? Hmm. Okay, I'll just explain the image. I see all these, it looks like they're Iranians, and they're kind of on a little raft. And the little raft comes up to Trump. And Trump's there, and he's on this island, but, it's not like a big island or anything. It's not like he's got that much more, support. To tell you the truth, Donald seems pretty desperate to make the deal. It might be that they're already talking behind the scenes and making some kind of deal. That's not that intuitive, to tell you the truth. I mean, I kind of guessed that before because we're not going to war. Something's going on behind the scenes. If something were going on behind the scenes, Trump would have already attacked. So understand that they are under the gun too. That is, Americans are really in need of a deal here, and he's not in a great position. It will not be a beneficial deal to the United States. It might just be neutral because Trump really needs it. He's desperate. Okay, so here they are on the island. Again, it's almost like not quite a deal. They haven't really agreed to anything, but they're kind of going, well, how can we both save face? How can we do this ceasefire? Maybe we'll just, make a few concessions. They're trying to go back and forth. Again, it's not a fabulous deal for the U.S., and Iran isn't really immediately ready to do it. They're going to hem and haw a bit and string this out a bit, which is not a bad thing. It's just, as time passes, war becomes less and less likely. So they're on the island. They go back. Now, the guys on the raft are going back to Iran. Iranians are kind of pissed. I mean, their hardliners are very upset. They're not taking it. They're like, well, no, go back, try again. The guys go back on the raft again. And this time, the second time they come back on the raft over to Trump's little island there, he's much nicer. He is all smiles. This is so symbolic on so many different levels. I mean, I think on one hand, Trump is so desperate to make a deal that as long as he can save face, he will. I think that he doesn't have a power position. Iran has the position of power. They don't have any reason to come make a deal with him. They could strain along as long as they want. Keep in mind, Trump isn't going to be the president forever. So, why not string him along for another year and a half? Why not make him look bad? And, there really isn't anything America can do other than go to war, which it appears that we will not do. It would be very unpopular. Congress will not vote in. I think Trump knows Congress won't vote for war. Now, he does have certain powers. He can send troops there. There are lots of things that he can do. But Trump seems very averse to doing that. He's looking at me saying, no, 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 I'm not going to do that. I think he got a message from other Republicans and perhaps just people in the know, Tucker Carlson, who knows, that this will be the death of his presidency if he does that. The whole point was that he was somewhat different than W, and that he was, that Iraq was a mistake. Now he's not going to make the same mistake again. As those people who voted for him, although they were conservatives, also could see that Iraq was a disaster. He just doesn't want to go there. He's shaking his head. I don't want to go there. What are you going to do, Donald? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some sort of secret concessions. I'm gonna make some concessions, but I'm gonna try to keep quiet about it. Basically, he's gonna kowtow to those Iranians to get what he needs out of it, which is no war. Europe is not available to help him. He's already insulted them, so he's left out on his own. And finally, he's learning a little bit of a lesson. You insult every single ally you have and suck up to dictators, this is what you are left with. a situation where no one is going to support you. You insult everybody in the Democratic Party, okay. This is a situation where none of them are going to support you. This is kind of Trump's first lesson in losing. And I should say in failing, because it was all based on his failure. And man, does he look frustrated. Spirit, are we going to like send any missiles? I do see like one more missile, but it seems like just a threat. Missiles. And maybe it doesn't even hit its mark. So it might be like it hits the beach or something like that. I do see a missile hitting a beach. And it might even be that it doesn't go off because it malfunctions. But it serves more like a warning. And sort of preempts Trump to come to the table a little bit quicker and make more concessions than he wouldn't. Believe me, Trump will do anything for this, anything for the Iranians right now. He would do anything to avoid war. He would secretly deliver billions of dollars into their pockets. If that's how he would avoid war, he would do it. Something about him, about Trump, means he's just smart enough to know that this really will sink his presidency. Now, it's surprising that it will, but he thinks that it will. That's the important thing. I also feel like Americans have had it. We've been in endless wars in two countries since W was president. What is it, like, 17 years? Are we going to start another war with another Middle Eastern country on behalf of Saudi Arabia, who beheaded 200 people last year? It doesn't go down well that America will be fighting Saudi Arabia's battles. They're pretty much the least appealing country perhaps on the planet. Yeah, and I'm getting really, don't worry too much about Iran. Now, obviously, we're going to all pay attention, but don't worry. Do your best to move on from these worries because they are stressing people out, which is sort of my next question. What can we do? We're all feeling really stressed watching these terrible events. It's a very helpless feeling. What can we do? Go back to the circle of friends that you've been making the past couple of years while we're in this trauma. Go back to the circle of light that we are creating during this trauma. It really is like a circle. And I'll tell you, I'm getting woken up every morning at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's messages for me. And I try to go back to sleep and they're like, nope, get up, wake up, take our notes. And I've been doing this for on and off for a couple of months. And every time I get an image, there's like a circle of light around the earth. And it's like a spinning circle of light around the planet. And the message to me, and I think it comes from Arcturians, who I've been introduced to recently, thanks to Anita, who works with me. I get the feeling from them that they're just telling me, tell everybody that they're being protected. Let people know that we are actually stepping in and creating that circle of light around you guys. It's like a circle of fire around the planet. We do get that. And they're saying that they've sent that there to protect us. It might look like Trump fumbling. It might look like Trump and Bolton getting an argument. It might look like all these other things that are going on around us and Trump. But the truth is, it really is this sort of circle of light which is protecting us. And please do your best to feel that protection. That will also really help. Tap into that circle of light and let it alleviate your stress as much as possible. Right now is a time for good works. So whatever you can do to prepare yourself during this kind of ongoing battle, it's almost like a break in the battle, right? But take this time and just gird yourself up, get lots of rest. Make sure the connections with all these people are good. Maybe even take them a little bit further. Meditate a little bit more. Whatever you need to do to protect yourself in the next year and a half as we're trying to get rid of some of these people. Understand that you kind of need to be prepared. Take the restful moments and do that. Don't waste your time stressing about things which you cannot immediately control, except for when you go into that spirit of meditation and you feel that circle of light, you are doing something. It might not feel like it on the real world, you might not notice it, but it is happening. Look at the last election. All right, now part of that, Marianne Williamson, all that stuff, that is kind of a product of the meditations that we are doing all over the earth right now. A lot of people are working really hard to connect to spirit to make the planet a better place. That is much more effective and helpful than worrying over the details. Now, obviously, you can't shut yourself off from the news, but do your best to keep it out of the space of worrying, and just sit down, even if you're alone, and just kind of tap into this circle, and feel its protective love. Attach yourself to it for a moment. Make sure that the feeling is love, because you don't want to attach to the wrong stuff. But attach yourself to this love, and it will restore you. All right? Thanks so much for watching.